Hey, good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we've got a new multimeter from Kaiweets. It's their Kaiweets KM601 multimeter. Comes in this very nice sturdy case, really sturdy. Zips up. Comes packed with the leads. It's got a temperature sensor as well. And I've already put 3 batteries in this, and it came with an extra 3. It takes 3, and they send you an extra set. So this is a pretty nice little multimeter. They're calling it their Smart Digital. And I can say right off the bat, it's a lot smarter on a lot of these things than I am. So I have to say right off the bat that I'm not extremely experienced using a multifunctioning multimeter. I have in the past, if you watch a lot of my videos, been using this old thing. It's about 15 years old, and sometimes it works good and sometimes it doesn't. So the people at Kaiweets sent this out to me to take a look at, and I'm really liking it. And from a very much a novice point of view, this video will be, and I'll show you the things that I like, and some of you that are way more experienced in this will know a lot more about what it's capable of. So it's just about the size of your average smartphone these days. It's got a flashlight back here, which is kind of nice if you're working in a small dark space or something and trying to see back in there. And the display is really nice, and the button up here. And then here's for non-contact voltage, which is kind of nice too, and we'll go over that in a minute. So, okay, from my real novice point of view, here we go. One of the things I really like, I do love the digital display. It's really nice and bright and quite large, and that is great. I mean, I don't even need my reading glasses to see at least the larger displays. And then all of your settings are up in here. When you turn it on, it's just in auto mode by default, but you can toggle this around and get into specific settings if you would like. And for my purposes, in most of my using it in the past few days, I've just been using it in auto, and that works good for my level of knowledge and for the things I've been testing. One of the things I really like is the leads that plug into the unit. You know, they come with little plugs on them for storage, so if you're tossing this thing into your toolbox, the inside there is not going to catch a lot of dirt and grime. You can, when you pack it away, plug these things back in. I really like that. The other thing that I like on these leads is this is what they look like straight out, and then you can take this extra sheathing off for a longer lead. So if you're needing to need a little more insulation when you're sticking it back in there to get a reading, or if you want to have a longer probe, it's got those options. That's pretty nice too. I'm liking that quite a bit. So, and like I said, it comes with the extra set of batteries there, and then this temperature probe. And we'll try that temperature probe here in a minute too. And there's the flashlight. Gives a pretty bright light. Of course, we're in bright daylight here, but it's got a nice bright light. I've used it at night. It shows up really well. So one of the other features that I really love about this, as it's going through, I'll give you a close-up of the various settings on that dial. Being in auto mode, And, you know, I have to tell you honestly, I don't know, and I'm not familiar with a lot of these symbols up here. But for my purposes, I like it because if I go to voltage, it lights up where your voltage leads should plug in here at the bottom. And then it does the exact same thing for any other thing you want to check. You know, you can toggle it up there, and where you put the leads lights up in green. Pretty handy. I never knew on my old multimeter exactly how to make it function, and it didn't have all the displays that this does, certainly. So pretty nice. Just toggle to the test you're going to run, and it will show you, you know, which way to hook those leads up. That is fantastic. The other thing I need to mention is that this instruction booklet it comes with is extremely detailed, extremely well written, and really beginner friendly. And of course, for those of you that have a lot more experience and know exactly what all of these functions are and how to use them, I think you'd even appreciate just how much detail there is. So, you know, here for your various symbols that are on the dial, you've got corresponding instructions, how to you know, what they are: AC, alternating current, diode test, capacitance test, fuse, frequency, of course the voltage. Just goes right down and shows you what it looks like on the dial, what it is. So for some of us that are just learning what a lot of these functions are, they really make it nice for a beginner. And just from start to finish, this book is easy to understand and has all the information I think you could possibly need. And especially for someone like myself, it's just fantastic. So here it is on the auto function, and it'll find the voltage, and I'll just show you just how quick it'll find this voltage. And there it is, 13.34, and that's right. That's what that battery is exactly at. So you can see, you know, and I'm over maybe 1.5 feet away from it. You know, nice big display, shows up really well, and this is even with a little glare in the sun, no problem reading that. And now I'm back in the utility room on the main battery bank for the house. The batteries are fully charged. You can see the current voltage is 13.72. We'll test it on the Kaiweets, 13.7473. So out of all of my things that measure voltage, this Kaiweets is probably the absolute most accurate. And then next would be that battery monitor next to it. So 13.75 on the monitor, 13.7274. So that was really great to test to see. I've shown some of you before, you know, the sine wave inverter reads one thing, the EPF or charge controllers read another thing, and then this reads another thing. They're all fairly close, but these two align up almost perfectly, so that ILE battery monitor is giving a great read, and then this is really nice just to confirm that. So while in the auto mode, I just toggled this over to the temperature reading. I'll move that in there so you can see that. And I've plugged in and as soon as I got it to there, it lights up where your leads go. Really good for those of us learning. And we got it's reading right now, it's 74 degrees Fahrenheit outside, or in this room, and 23 Celsius. And we'll watch how responsive it is when I just put it in just some water, just a glass of water. And you can see it went down right away to 68. If I take it out, hold it between my thumb and finger. Very responsive temperature sensor. I really like that. I can see a lot of use for that around here. You know, checking, just putting this where you want to see what it is. There it is, from 76, water, boom, right down to 69 degrees. So that's really cool. Like that a lot. It also has this non-contact voltage up here, which is a small little sensor to where, you know, when you don't need leads, you can just put this within range of something that's plugged in and it'll give you a reading. I've played with that a little bit, and it does show like that it's at least live. I haven't got down to the particulars that it can do. This thing has so many functions that I am just learning, but right now I'm loving the temperature and of course just the ease of double checking all of my pieces of equipment that I'm running right now. Yeah, pretty nice little unit. Really, really do like it. And on something like this is where it goes right over my head with all your diodes and capacitors and reading things like capacitance test and all the various little fuses. And I've been playing around with this. I don't have enough experience to talk about this with any authority. So, but anyway, a lot of you would know exactly what you're doing in here. I've been just trying to learn, see what symbols it pops up on some of these things. You know, like right here. And that says, goes right to what in the book says is a resistance test. So I'm getting a resistance test on something down there that I literally don't know what it is. So a lot of you will know that, but I'm going to be able to learn a lot by playing around with this. Is an old trace charge controller. Took a nearby lightning hit years ago, and maybe I could find out what's wrong in there, but I doubt I'd ever be able to fix it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Gonna have fun with this thing. I'm gonna learn a lot. I keep getting these smart devices that have a learning curve for me, but it's kind of fun and right out of the box, even for my inexperience. I'm really loving this thing. All right, have a good day. It's a beautiful day here. Hope it is where you guys are. Aloha.